Hi everybody, it is Chrissy and I'm back today to talk about a book that I've been reading for the last couple weeks called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. And so the other day I was reading about budgeting money and having a budget, and I've never had a budget. I've always tracked my money really well, and once in a while I sort of run into a problem where I'm spending a little bit more cash than I actually have. I always seem to manage it in a way where I can pay off my credit cards. So I'm never going into debt for vacations or regular purchases, just things like my car or my apartment, things like that. So I've always tracked it really well. I have a nice healthy savings, so I've never felt this strong need to budget my money because I've managed it okay. If I'm paying my bills and have a healthy savings, I'm doing something right. And then I was reading Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, and he started talking about different types of funds that you should have, and funds for investing and funds for blowing on having a good time. And I was like, oh God, I'm like not saving my money the right way. Shit, what do I do? So it probably explains why I didn't sleep well that night. So the next day I got up and I thought about, who do I sort of know who is good at money? So I said, I'm going to look up Dave Ramsey and see what he recommends, because I don't want to just because I like one book doesn't mean that that's the only way to budget my money. So Dave Ramsey I know is, a guru in money. So I know if I kind of piece together some different things from him and from Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, I'll find the thing that's kind of right for me. So I go onto his page and I sign up, and oh look, they have an app to help you budget. How sweet. Awesome. So I do that, and it starts me with July, and it's the end of July when I'm doing this, and I'm like, well, that seems odd, but it tells me I should do July. Like, it's smart. It knows what I should do. So I spent all this time working on like my budget for July. So I'm like, how much money did I make and where did I spend money? And of course I'm like, I don't have any handy. So I'm just kind of like trying to do what I remember and what I might have written down somewhere. And so I do that, and I come home and I'm doing more of it. And I'm spending like an hour on this. And I don't really know how to use the program right. I like going back and trying to find, like, every time I went to the grocery store and put gas in my car and I was away I'm like, I don't even know what these charges are. So I'm like, oh God, this is like, so now I'm feeling totally overwhelmed by it. I'm like, I'm going to bed and I'll worry about this tomorrow. And so that's what I did. I went to bed and worried about it the next day. But now, like, with all this sort of playing around with the website, like, I learn just enough about how the program works to sort of start to figure out how to work it the right way, and fit it into my own needs, so that I'm not just taking their thing and doing their thing, but taking their tool and using it to work with my own money structure, so that it's not a heavy lift for me, and I don't have to change my entire thinking. Like, I have to change some of my thinking. I don't want to have a total revolution of my thinking and not totally understand what I'm doing. So I sit down and I probably figured out about like 80% of what I needed to do, what I want to do with it. It's amazing because I'm just taking expenses that I know I have and looking at it and sort of fitting them into my money, so that I feel like once I get through August and maybe September, I'll have a better handle on where I'm spending my money, where I should be saving money, where I'm, what I should be doing better. Whereas now I'm just kind of like, I'm paying my bills, I'm good. And then sort of work to, whether it's built up savings, doing investing, whatever it might be. But I feel like in a month or two, I'm going to have a really good handle on my money. And the way that I'm doing it now is, will require me to make a few changes in what I do. And I have a picture of what some of those changes will look like. Some of them I still need to figure out, but I have actually a really good starting point now. So one of the lessons I got out of this is there's more than one way to do money. You don't necessarily have to do it your way or somebody else's way. Sometimes you can bring those different things together and find a way that works both for you in ease and also in strategy. Another one is, if you're trying to budget money and you're overwhelmed, maybe take a step back for a minute, like walk away from it. Money's very stressful. If you're finding you're stressed, stop and say, I'll work on this tomorrow. And maybe talk it through. Some people I know, I messaged around, I'm like, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. And she said I'd be fine. And and I am. So good job. Thanks, friend. But don't get too sucked into any one way, and then it must be done, and it must be done now. Make sure that your money is working for you. Anytime you're changing a process in your life, don't let it take over your life, because it will if you let it. Try to integrate it into your life so that it becomes a small piece of it, not taking it over, and it also works for you in a way that helps you develop a skill or save more money or whatever this thing is that you're doing. So that is my secret from the Millionaire Mind, is there's different ways to do it. You don't have to do it any one way, and don't panic when you feel overwhelmed. Just take a step back and start over again, or readjust, whatever. But make whatever you're doing work for you and work within your system so that it's not, you're not going to change overnight. You're going to change step by step. So make it one step of the change today, tomorrow, and the day after. I hope that all made sense. Thanks so much.